Protests are being held in Paris and other cities in France to mark the end of President François Hollande's first year in office. Some people are accusing the socialist leader of turning his back on the left, while others are denouncing his backing of gay marriage. The communist-backed Left Front says it hopes to rally 100,000 people for a march starting at the Place de la Bastille. With me now is Axelle Lemaire. She's a socialist member of the French National Assembly, represents French people living in Northern Europe. At the heart of all this, all these problems for François Hollande, is it the fact that people a year ago were voting against Nicolas Sarkozy rather than for him?
No, not only. There was a part of that, but I think it's also the fact that we're going through a very difficult economic and social situation in France, actually across Europe as well, and people do not see the results of the policies we're implementing. We've done a lot. Mr. Hollande has fulfilled more than half of his electoral promises after 1 year in office. But still, we're passing legislation, but people are impatient because of the high unemployment rate, because of the their tough daily life, and so they're impatient to see the results, and they're not seeing them yet.
Of course, the trouble is some of those key policies you're trying to implement are an anathema to the Socialist Party, aren't they? The kind of policies that you wanted to connect with the people, like the 75% tax, were thrown out by the courts. You're having a tough time to sell policies because they're not natural policies for your party, are they?
The 75% tax is probably the only one policy that we couldn't actually put into action, but where companies will still have to pay that rate on behalf of their employees for salaries over €1 million.
But the broader point is that austerity is not something that comes naturally to your party.
But we're not doing austerity. We're clearly reducing the deficits, and we're doing that. A third of that is done by reducing public spendings, but 2/3 are by increasing taxes, but taxes on wealthy individuals and wealthy companies only. So we're protecting low and middle income earnings.
What about on the social level? Are you surprised? Do you think President Hollande is surprised about the social rift which has really been exposed by the gay marriage issue and pushing through the legalisation of it as he promised?
I'm not sure it's a social rift. I think it showed the real face of some conservatives in France. They've shown how intolerant and how violent and aggressive they can be. So it's what it's shown. The whole debate about gay marriage is that Mr. Hollande was very steady in his line. He didn't change his mind, but that a certain right in France can be extremely intolerant.
And is he going to continue on that same line? He has 4 more years, of course. His polls ratings possibly, well, I'm sure you hope, can't get any worse than they are at the moment. Does he just continue this course, or does he change it?
Well, he won't change his course. He's a social democrat, and I think that's his force, his strength, is that he's got a steady line and he's sticking to it. And all the socialist MPs in the National Assembly, and he has a broad support in Parliament, are also following.
Your party hasn't wavered in its support for him.
No. So he's got that support. He's got 4 more years in office, and there is political stability in France compared with some other countries in Europe.
Axelle Lemaire, thank you very much.